into on this, what is it, Sickening Sunday? You already know. Decided to hop on, chop it up with individuals, see what's cracking, what's the talk of the town, it's going down, the word of the curve, you heard me? You already know we right here, we're chilling, trying to see what's good with the peeps. Let me just set this up real quick. Mm-hmm. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday, even though it gets dark really fast now, so it's like you can't really enjoy your day all that much, right? Whatever's left of the day. But it is what it is. Bills gotta get paid. Wouldn't it be lovely if, hold on, let me just move this to the side. Okay. Because the last time I was doing a live, I accidentally tapped this one right here and it made some weird shit happen. Like I was stuck in a loop. It was crazy. It's because it gives us the option to add like filters when we're doing lives, and some of the filters are stupid. Like I don't understand what's like. Why would anybody need filters? Unless they're insecure, I don't know. What's cracking like it, Derek? You getting yourself into my boy? How's that good life treating you? I see other people they have different ways of doing YouTube and all that. Like I probably have to like educate myself on how to do like different ways, right? I know that people use different types of apps and whatnot. I just gotta learn, I guess. You ever think they'll ever gonna get rid of the time change bullshit? I think that they were trying to. I think that they were like pushing for a change or for them to remove it and whatnot, but you know, I don't know. I'm chilling on my night off from work. That's right, my boy. Get to relax. What's cracking like it, Mr. Pasa? What you getting yourself into, my boy? Pasa's definitely up in the casa. I worked. So. All right, that's right, my boy. I believe Arizona doesn't do the time change. Oh, they don't? Oh, shit. Damn. That's pretty cool then. Yeah, because when you do switch the time, it does fuck everything up, bro. It does fuck people's, sleep rotation and, and all that. Or, humans, we're creatures of habit, bro. It's our routine. Don't really like our routine being thrown off. Well, nobody does. I'm just chilling at home. Yesterday, I went to Christmas light show. Orale, already, my boy? Damn, in November? That's right. Saturday, I'd be walking into places since October and they already had fucking Christmas shit up. These companies just can't help themselves, huh? Can't even wait no more. Huh? They're like, ooh. That is their favorite time of the year, bro. That's when like their sales go up, so they're just like right there, like they just like can't wait to start throwing it in people's faces, huh? But it's a good time of year, everybody's jolly, so at least everybody's in good spirits around the time. Because even if you look at statistics and all that, crime rate does tend to drop off. Well, like serious crime, right? Murders and whatnot tends to drop off, during this time. People are too busy, I guess, getting Christmas together to be committing homicides. uh, the delinquent mind never seems to amaze. Have you? They have. Um, Watson should fight Jake Paul, and he'll. Watson's not a fighter, bro. He's just a talker. He's all show. You know, he's just one of those fake tough guys that just yells. You can tell. You know what I mean? Because if he really was as tough as he says he was, he wouldn't be acting the way he acts, bro. No individual that could throw hands and causes this madre, has the need to be barking like that, right? You know, you don't see UFC fighters acting like that, and there's some of the best combatants out there, right? Because when you have confidence in yourself, you don't need to be throwing it out there like that, right? With that kind of energy, you know. Only those who are looking to not, or scared of confrontation or want to, scare people into believing them. That way they don't actually really have to get physical, right? The ones that will yell at the top of their lungs, and then when you actually now call them out for a fight, they try to do everything possible to avoid now confrontation. Like, like, nah, I ain't gonna do it 'cause I'll break you, bro. So I'm just gonna leave. Or you lucky I have to be somewhere, or yell enough, to get cops, involved. You know what I mean? Because they don't really want to throw their hands. And then once the cops are there, they get extra aggressive. They start moving forward. And it's like, bro, when the cops weren't here, bro, you were moving backwards. Now you're moving forwards. Like, I don't know. Something's fishy going on right here. I'm telling you, when you've been in the game, you've seen it all, bro. You've seen all the trickery that fakes try to pull, bro. You've done seen all the lies, bro. And you see, shit finally unravel and, shit hits the fan so many times that it's like you already can see it, And like I said, that's why I tell people it's never good to lie, because with the first lie you tell, right, and now people know of, then now your whole credibility goes down the drain, bro. You know what I mean? Because why should people not take your word for shit when you already proven to lie? You know what I mean? Yeah, and this is one of the things that, he always brags about, how in shape he is and everything like that. Cool. He's in shape. That's right. Whatever, Probably, authentic, or probably, steroid. Who knows, right? But let's just say, even if he is in good shape, just because somebody's in good shape and has muscles does not mean that they know how to fight. You get what I mean? Muscles doesn't mean that you know how to fight. They could be the buffest person but never been in a fight in his day of his life, right? Compared to a person who's out of shape but has been in multiple fights, right? He already's got strategy, game, and everything. Because when you've been in multiple fights, when you get in a fight, you already know how to think, in the moments, compared to where people just don't even remember what happened. They black out, because they're not used to, the pace and everything like that. So, you know what I mean? Technique, over muscles any day. You know what I mean? It takes strategy, and also, strength, but also strategy, right? Motherfucker, he could be strong, but if he doesn't know how to use the strength, then what good is it? That's why you have jacked up fools that get their asses whooped, bro. Look at when Brock Lesnar first went into the octagon, bro. Then he realized, damn, I think I gotta train. Like, yeah, stupid. Like, yeah, size is good, but what good is it if you don't know how to use it, bro? Come on now. And individuals, like I said, and people that already see it like that, you can already tell that they never been in action or never seen action. That's the reason why they think that it works like that, Like, oh, just because they big, they think they could whoop you. Like, no, bro, then clearly you haven't been in the mix and don't really know what happens out here, because, you would see, that's not always the case. They always Christmas light shows mid-November. All right. That's cool. Out here in LA, they should do shit like that. I saw the video earlier today on Reddit where it shows Israel soldiers only letting Jewish people walk on the street, but the others had to walk on the side. That's so stupid. Like, I don't understand countries, bro, when they try to do this divide shit, and I don't know, bro. It's like, how ignorant is your guys' leaders that is running your fucking country, that they really think that this is some kind of way to fix problems, or de-escalate situations, or to even equal peace, a good outcome out of doing stupid shit like this. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, you don't gotta divide people for nothing, bro. People are people, bro. Despite what religion or what ethnicity they are, homie. Like, how could you feel bad for these people but not those people, when it's like, what the fuck is the difference? They're still human beings, homie, nonetheless. I don't know. These people are fucking stupid, bro. That kind of ignorance, it fucking just irritates me. Like I said, if I was in a room, bro, and you had a Mexican, a black, or Middle Eastern, whatever, I'm not gonna treat them different. I'm not gonna treat the Mexican guy better because I'm Mexican, or I'm gonna pay favoritism to him or whatever, or if something went down, only back him up or anything like that. Like, bro, it's all the same to me. If something went missing, I'm gonna blame all of you guys the same. I'm not gonna, not blame the Mexican guy just because we're Mexican. That I'm like, oh no, yeah, I know it wasn't you, my boy, because you brown, so you definitely, I know it wasn't you. Like, why? Like, nah, homie, y'all on the same boat, homie. That shit is crazy. People over here worried about, other individuals or, them or what they have done to our people. And it's like, bro, our people have done the most damage to our very own, bro. Our very own ethnicity, tends to hurt and kill, our ethnicity more than any other group out there, and that goes for any country, right? But yet, when another person of a different ethnicity does it, it gets blown out of proportion, and now all of a sudden you got to take action on all them individuals. It's fucking stupid. It's crazy. Have you ever heard or watched Santo G channel from Bato from you? Yeah, I know Santo G channel. Yeah, it's a good channel. Yeah, and I know homies from Inglewood. Reminded me of when they forced the Jews to not walk. Yeah. You even had shit like that when you seen even when it was World War II, and you had the United States that were rounding up all the Japanese American citizens, Italian American citizens, and German American citizens, and putting them in these camps, even though they didn't do nothing wrong, just because their families are of other ethnicities, right? That they were going to war against. That just with that they just placed them under arrest. They took their rights away. That is crazy, bro. Yeah, they're Americans, all right. You lying bastards. And only at people's convenience. Salutes from the shy. Hey, likewise. Sometimes size doesn't matter when. Yeah, kids don't throw hands these days. Then they get well. No, but here's the thing about that though. Here's the thing about that I see a lot, right? Which is not true. And here's I'm gonna prove that it's not true. They say that nowadays these kids don't fight. That they just you want to use guns, right? Okay, they say that kids nowadays they just want to use guns, and that back in the days we threw hands. Individuals, threw chingazos. But that's not true because the murder rate in our times was a lot higher than these times. The gun violence was higher at our times than it was in these times. So if these individuals are using guns more than over there, then how come the gun use and murder rate was higher in our times than it is in these times? If that was to be the case, then wouldn't the numbers be, the opposite? But they're not. So, seems like in our times people were using guns more than these times. You know what I mean? And people could be like, well, that's just that in our times homies were putting in more work than these times. And it's like, yeah, well, you see bodies dropping all the damn time and candlelight visuals and all that. No, motherfuckers are putting in work out there. Right? Out of topic, is there any gang in the West Hollywood district, fashion district in downtown? No, but there's gangs close to it, but there's not though. But there's neighborhoods that are close enough that maybe you will see some drift towards that area, right? But there's certain pockets of like, let's say Southern California that are gang free, I guess you could say, right? Like small districts, but you already know how that works. Like when people, okay, for example, people when they think about Beverly Hills, Beverly Hills, the rich, the famous, and all that, right? That is lovely. Beverly Hills is lovely, right? But if anybody who knows the area, you already know that Beverly Hills is just like 2 streets away from the jungle, right? The where all the gangs are, and they can't literally 2 streets away. You can bike in and get there like in 5 minutes from Beverly Hills to the jungle, maybe less than 5 minutes on a bike. You get what I mean? So just because certain areas are nice doesn't mean that, like I said, the next block could be, all fucked up. You know what I mean? Like the pockets aren't really even that far away, It's crazy. But see, the reason why Beverly Hills can stay lovely and the jungles are still fucked up is because, they prioritize those areas, right? I have always said this, even how the Unified School District works, the LAUSD school district works, right? Since they're union, right? How that tends to work is like, bad teachers don't end up getting fired because of the union and stuff like that. Tends to happen is that they send the stupid, fucked up teachers to the fucked up areas, and they send all the good ones to the good areas, right? So you have bad teachers who, are probably not the best equipped for the job, teaching these, areas that people don't really, see a priority, and then wonder why shit is fucked up. uh, you prioritize certain areas, and you neglect others. That's the reason why you get ghettos, bro. Because you view other people more important than other people. (666) Goons, Bronx, New York, Home Street Demons, Hollywood Bits. What are your thoughts on taggers as a gangbanger? I feel like taggers that are gangbangers should just get into a gang then, if that's the thing. Like, if you want to be banging, I mean, there's already a lot of gangs as it is, bro. You might as well just join one of those neighborhoods, right? But I understand the loyalty and the wanting to do your own thing and push that line. And if they really have what it takes, then they can make that journey, right? Because neighborhoods tag bangers have made that journey and became neighborhoods, right? I just hope that they're ready to sacrifice a lot. Black and Hispanics have the highest homicide rate against each other, but when a white man does it, they complain. Facts, bro. That's why I always said that shit blows my mind, that whenever it's a white person, it gets blown out of proportion, bro. But when it's our own, it's okay. But when a white person does it, all of a sudden it's like this fucking, fiasco. And it's like, bro, y'all ain't bitching when homies are killing their own out here. You know what I mean? So why you mad about it now? That shit is crazy. So only our own could kill our own? Damn, just the thought of that is insanity, bro. That is so stupid. Here's a funny thing, right? That I always use. When it comes to raza and like the brothers, right? One of the main common things that you see is when disciplining a child, right? They always talk about that you need to give them a good ass whooping, right? Even the raza, darle un pinche chingazo para que aprenda el güey. Okay, ass whoopings is something that it's advertised by brothers and raza, of how to handle the situation, and they make fun of white people because the white people, oh my God, Tyler and Brad, and then how they put them on the same level, and it's like, what kind of shit is that? They're the parents, they're supposed to. But isn't it funny that statistically wise, raza and blacks tend to have more of a higher gang, rate than white people though, and more of a criminal, rate than white people. You know what I mean? You count on them, but it seems that their kids don't turn out to want to be from the streets. Then you discipline them this way and you say that it works, yet statistically wise, it shows that these individuals turn to be criminals and gang members. I don't know. You know what I mean? Seems the way you raising your kids might be, has something to do with a lot of stuff. You can argue with the research, right? What happens when, you apply these techniques to children? Don't they turn out to be, troubled individuals? Yes, they do, statistically wise. That's the reason why now, when somebody strikes a child, it's not seen as A-okay like back in the days where it was just like, yeah, they'll throw a parade when people used to beat their kids. Now it's kind of seen frowned upon. It's for a reason, right? The research and data shows, that doesn't tend to work. It actually tends to do the opposite. Right? But people's egos get in the way, right? And their pride. So they don't like to see the evidence, bro. They want to argue against the science. Or them fools don't know what the fuck they're talking about, or how would they know, or them fools that Okay, so you believe doctors and all that when they create medicines when you're sick and everything like that. You go to the doctor, you take everything that and all that, right? You believe doctors because of their research and everything. Okay, so you believe in that science because it's done with science. So you believe that science, but you don't believe this science. That doesn't make any sense. Why do you believe that science and not this science? Because this is found out with science as well. So, but you don't believe these doctors, but you believe those doctors? Strange. Why? Because your ego's taking a hit right here? Yeah, I know it's hard looking in the mirror. I know people don't like to admit it. I get it. So you'd rather put your fucking ego and pride than actually wanting the best, outcome for your child then you're not looking to fix no problems. You're looking to satisfy your own fucking ego. Plain and simple. But then want to be bitching and crying about it when your kid turns out to be this way and then wonder why the fuck. I don't know. Shit's a trip. It's important being a parent. People don't have to be criminals and drug addicts to be bad parents, bro. Neglection is a real thing. Insults is a real thing. Words can cause a lot of damage. You may think that they don't, but they do. Here's a statistic that you guys could look up. It has shown that verbal abuse is actually worse than physical abuse to a person, right? It actually causes more damage, right? So you don't have to hit your kid or torture your kid. Telling them that they're fucking stupid and useless and idiots is just as damaging as beating the living shit out of them. So there's a fun fact. And people be like, you don't know what you're talking about, fool. You're making excuses. Bro, hey, don't argue with me. Go argue with the science, homie. Don't argue with me. Argue with the science, bro. Since you know more than the greatest minds and the greatest universities. Go and argue over there, bro. I'm just telling you what the fucking science says. You want to take... Great, go ahead. Since you apparently know more than them. That is crazy. Let me see. Do you think gangs in the future will be more accepted of homosexual members? Do you have homosexual members to be allowed to join your barrio? No. And here's the trippy part. If they're homosexuals, they wouldn't want to join neighborhoods, right? Because of how their feelings work, right? It's just different than individuals who, let's say, want to join the street life and that kind of lifestyle. It just doesn't go hand in hand. You get what I'm saying? So I wouldn't see why an individual would want to join a neighborhood if they're homosexuals. And that's probably why you don't get that. From the first place. Yeah, man. Boyle Heights was really Jewish and Japanese back in the days. A lot of them camps during your time. Yeah, facts. I try to tell those facts to individuals and they'd be like, nah, you're crazy, bro. It always has pure raza. Like, no, it didn't, bro. California was a lot different back then, bro. I know what I'm telling you. But motherfuckers swear that this shit was full of nothing but pure Hispanics always. There are homosexual gangs. Is there homosexual gangs? There probably is, right? But they were, created out of necessity. You know what I mean? They were probably put in a predicament where they had to band together in order to defend themselves, right? But not to say that it originated like this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just want to lie down in the middle of nowhere, man. Some peace and quiet. Is the Circus Liquor area in Hollywood, boys? It's Clantons. But since Clanton and the No Hollywood boys, they're not clicked up, but it's like they're clicked up. You know what I mean? And I know because my neighborhood they're our worst enemies, right? So, anytime we ever had any confrontation with either the boys or Clanton, the boys in Clanton were involved. You know what I mean? They injected themselves into the mix. Like you would have maybe like four guys from the boys and like two guys from Clanton, or two guys from Clanton and like four guys from the boys. So you always had them together. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Um, so they were always together, but they're two different gangs, obviously. But they're always together, but they're not clicked up. But yeah, if you had beef with one, you most likely had beef with the other. They just came in a package deal. So the area of the Clown Liquor Store is Clanton's area, but you will find the boys there because they're a lot of them have family members, so there's like they have family ties together. You know, so they have like a good relationship. Two different gangs, but it's like if it's the same gang. Do they accept already? Gangs have a lot of homosexual amongst their ranks. Maybe, but they're not accepted because if they were to come out and say it, they would be how could I say rolled out. So they wouldn't be considered members from that gang no more. So can you say that there's homosexual gang members and say that it's accepted? If they were to admit that they're homosexuals, they would no longer be considered members of the gang. So they would no longer be considered gang members. So therefore, can you say that there is gay gang members? Is what I'm trying to say. You get what I mean? It's a lot different from saying that individuals can freely be homosexuals to secretly being homosexuals and say that something is accepted of them. Because who knows? They probably argue. No one knows people's secrets, right? But that's a whole lot different than saying that individuals are accepted of them. You know. What are your thoughts on fake Christmas? Or fake Christians who were in the Bible but still accept super gangster people? I know you see a lot of that actually. It's strange, but I'm not religious. I don't believe in none of that, right? So to me, it always came off as I don't know. It just didn't make any sense, but it was a lot to do with struggle and racism against blacks and Hispanics. But nowadays, there's a lot more opportunities to avoid gang life and get a job, but still some still have the hood mentality. But that's the thing, though. Like I have always said, like what creates the hood mentality, though? Like you have kids that grow up in these same areas, right? But only some of those kids turn out to be gang members and the others don't, right? And if it really was because of the areas and these guys manipulating them and um, grooming them, then wouldn't all those kids be members of those gangs, right? Or why are some of those kids out there, not these other kids, right? What are their parents doing different that only some of these kids turn out to be members from the streets and not others? And can that not be the source of the problems, right? The parenting. You know what I mean? Because these individuals are growing up in the same areas, going to the same schools, and even knowing each other, right? Or knowing of each other. Yet not all of them turn out to be gang members. Only some of them. What is the difference that's being done? For some to turn out to be from the streets and some others. The parenting, right? I mean, people could try to look elsewhere, but what else could it be? But if not that, you get what I mean? And like I said, I'm not someone that's speaking from the outside because, like I said, I grew up in this life. It's all I know. I talk to individuals. You when you're with homies, how can I say? You trust in each other, right? So, we know what homies been through, their lives, their background. You know what I mean? Homies tell each other, the real deal. So we have a good idea of what makes us us. Right? That maybe homies aren't comfortable expressing themselves to others, right? Or other people don't get to see what homies go through, right? Or know their battles, right? To understand because they will never admit it because they're too tough for that, right? They don't want to be seen as vulnerable or weak, so they deny it. You get what I'm saying? But you know, it's doggy dog game. That's why I always tell people it's important to be a parent. It's important how you raise your kids. Do you think, in your opinion, that gangs will die out? Yes. Yes. Where's my proof of that? that, someone who still hangs around and stuff like that, it's not like how it used to be. Nowadays, not that many people want to be gang members like before. Gangs are still out there, but not like before. Before they were a lot more larger, and you had a lot more chaos. Now they're still out there, but not as many. You know what I mean? They're not as large as they once were. They're not as dominant as they once were, right? And you want to know why that is? Because the people before that were, the gang members that were, grew up the way they grew up, are now the parents. You know what I mean? And like I've said before, there's a reason why, like if you look at gang members, right? 9 times out of 10, there is rare occasions, like in my occasion, where 9 times out of 10, gang members' parents were not gang members at all. They were not from the streets. They were just regular day people. In my case, like I said, it's rare that you had, because my family were gang members, idiots that don't learn, right? So you do have some of those, but most likely, if you ask a homie about their parents were not gang related, right? And there's a reason why if you ask gang members about their kids, 9 times out of 10, their kids didn't turn out to be gang members, and it's for a reason. We do the opposite that was done with us to our kids, and that's the reason why it's like this, statistically wise, right? It's rare when I bump into a homie whose kid is actually a gang member or wants to be a gang member. It's rare. Normally all my homies' kids are, fucking good kids that don't know nothing, want nothing to do with the street life. Like my kids, who are in college. You know what I mean? Because you know what to look out. You know what makes you you, right? So that's the reason why they, tend not to be like us. While, people's parents who don't live in the life, right? They really didn't know the signs of what to look for, right? I just find it really hard to believe that you care so much about your kid and you love your kid and stuff like that. How did you not know? Because when people turn out to be gang members, it's not like a light switch. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's a process. It's a stage. How did you not notice that your kid was changing and turning and becoming this way? How did you not? If you care so much about your kid and in your kid's life, how is it that you don't know his friends? You don't know where he hangs out. You don't know nothing about the individual. You have no idea about him. You can't even help cops, when your kid is shot or something like that, because you know nothing about him. But yet I'm supposed to believe that you're in your kid's life and you care about him. Yet you know nothing about him. Or why he even turned out to be from the streets. You have no idea. But yet you're in his life. I know everything about my kid like the back of my hand. I know when there's something wrong with my kid. But they don't. It's strange, bro. Because I'm in my kid's life and I know when there's something wrong with them. But yet, I'm supposed to believe what they're saying. Maybe those who are not parents, they buy that. But then once you become a parent, it's kind of hard to, still accept that as the answer. I don't know. Just saying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.